of Russell of Book Club. I'm Kashvi Arora and I will be your host. Together, we will dive into the captivating world of literature, exploring fascinating stories through provoking ideas and inspiring authors. Get ready to embark on a journey of words, imagination, and endless possibilities. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's explore the magic of books together. Let the adventure begin. So today, our special guest is Monika Khanna, CEO of Mount Olympus Group of Schools. With a remarkable expertise in education management, Monika ma'am has revolutionized school startups, leveraging her passion for education technology, market analysis, and budget planning. Her exceptional leadership and commitment to promoting education have earned her numerous of achievements and recognition. We are thrilled to have Monika ma'am join us today to share her insights and inspire us with a visionary approach. Welcome, Monika ma'am.
Hi, thanks. Good evening, Kashmi. Quite happy to be at the Russell Book Club, and here I go. I can share all my experience, whatever you ask me.
That's absolutely great, ma'am. So, my first question to you is, can you tell us a little about yourself and your journey to becoming the CEO of Mount Olympus Schools?
So Kashmi, it's like a long process. Firstly, being the CEO of Mount Olympus Group of School, I think anybody could not think I'm at just 40 and I'm the CEO. People are talking that why such a young CEO? But yes, I've earned it, and how I have that should be my beautiful story. So I'm nothing to do much with education earlier. I was a choreographer when I started my journey. I was into choreography, dancing, and the stage, lights, camera. That was the thing which used to, really fascinate me. And I've been to many school events. So schools have been the part of my life throughout. I was just not a student. I used to move to different schools, doing inter-school competitions and representing schools. And then when I chose choreography as my, passion and my learning ages, I started teaching again. So I was teaching in school since, starting when I was 19. I was the teaching at the schools where I never even got admission to. So that's the journey how it began. And that how those journey became from choreography to events. I was fascinated about these school annual days, this association. Then I moved there. I started, doing a lot of annual shows for a lot of universities and schools. That really picked up. And then gradually I was also building up my business skills, my talking skills, my PR skills. Because I've seen, it's not only your passion and your skill. Aap add karte raho, you keep adding collaboration, you will become a better self. And that's how I was stepping myself. So when I moved to Gurgaon some around 12 years back, here in Gurgaon there are multiple schools in every kilometer. You just don't have one, and everybody is trying to be the best. And that's how I got into education in a very very, like, I became a pillar, like like a stone. How it picked up that they wanted to start up the schools. They wanted, a person who can help to set up schools, to carry out the budget, carry out the marketing, carry out the best HR people. So there is my role. I build it up to that. And eventually now it's been now 10 years almost, and even more, that I've opened many schools. And now today I'm here. The school I opened 7 years back, and now we are in the fourth school running, and yeah, now I am the CEO.
Oh my God, such an inspiring journey you had. So, my next question is, what was your inspiration throughout? Whom
So
do you
if I
inspire?
say, Mhm. So the inspiration, if I say, is, this whole structure. Because in school, what fascinates me in school is that, it is just not a school where a child is going from 8 to 2, right? It is a whole process where for 12 good years, the parent community, the teacher community, the children, and everybody is so much involved there just to give the best education to child. And I think this really fascinates me, and this is the reason I could never move out from education. I tried a lot of things back. I did I went to an event management company. I did a lot of shows and all that, but again came back to events. Even if my marketing skills were good, I wanted to use it in the schools only. So this is how it all worked out. And I think the whole spirit of giving the best education to the child, I think that's really fascinating.
That's amazing, ma'am. So, how do you foster strong relationships between teachers, students, and parents at Mount Olympus schools?
Okay, Kashmir is a very important question because I just mentioned that it is just not that, these days schools are not only there to give education to the child. I'm saying it's a process of 12 years, wherein you have to have the bestest of the teachers, bestest of the parents. So it's an amalgamation of a lot of collaborations to give that best to that one child, right? So there are so many people involved. And this is what I do. My skills of collaboration, the PR, has all helped growing this relationship. And how it had happened is that I ensured that because I was earlier the strategic head of the group, where I used to create policies, strategies. All my strategies and policies were for the benefit of improving the relationship. Like for example, I will do if my principal is doing an event, she's planned some normal parent PTM, I will just try and put my inputs to create some way where parents can also be a part of those associations, right? Like for example, we have this parent teacher assembly. I'm sure you have done assemblies in your school, but in our school we do. Even parents are come and they put up a assembly. They all meet for like a week's time. They plan, they strategize, they form a project, and then they do those assemblies for their children. So it's a very beautiful bond which is created. Even if like we were having an annual day, our pre-nursery parents are one of the parents which are like they're too young. We even make sure that they also perform on stage. So we've done those kind of things where the relationship has really built up better. And coming to the teachers, we are one of the schools which is so open to talk. I mean, we never, there are definitely hierarchies and all, but we ensure that even if there is a bit of problem or an issue or a concern any of my staff member is feeling, it should be rectified there and then. And I'm telling you, this has made the school so beautiful that, everybody is in very happy zone, because if my teachers are happy, they are going to in turn give best to my students. If my students are happy, they're going to tell all good about to the parents. So it's like a whole cycle which goes, and I think that's the best part.
Amazing. Okay, if I want to be a teacher, so I will definitely join your school, done? Or if I have to
Lovely.
send
I
my
would love to
kids.
have you, my dear.
Yeah. So I want you to share some innovative teaching methodologies or programs implemented in your school with the student-teacher relationship.
So, Kashmir, here I want to just say that these days the best thing about all the schools are, I'm not saying only my school is good. These days there are so many schools available that they are born to give the best resources to the children. So I'm 100% sure that every school is doing a fantastic job in getting the bestest of the methodology, bestest of the resources for their children and for their school. Because अब बहुत कुछ available भी है market में. जो आप when you used to limit to only teaching and a chalkboard study, now there's so many resources as per the the price bracket, like because there's a fees also involved, but everybody does best. So we've also done it, like apart from we have classroom boards, we have smart board. We started with smart board when it came initially, children, because every child learns in a different way. Somebody wants to hear and understand, somebody wants to write and understand. So there are different ways. So you have to ensure that your school has all those resources. But apart from that, there are multiple ways, multiple teaching methodology which schools do, like we also do. Like there are flip learning. Like these days we use flip learning. The children, when they go to a class, they feel very boring. Okay, आज मैम कौन सा topic पढ़ाएंगी, कुछ कराएंगी. When in flip learning, we ensure that okay, we give them notes prior to that, so that they're little knowing that what is going to happen. They brainstorm them, they ask for queries. They even if they read through, they'll ask ये क्यों था, ये क्या था, we'll ask their teacher. There is a curiosity which is generated, that is done. Then, we use project based learning. Project based learning, which children are really really happy. We build up groups. And in our school it is very smart, because psychologist is always available in the school. We try and ensure the children are not happy with each other or upset. We try and make their groups so that they can all build up that project together. They can talk, they share, they coordinate. उनका भी relation better होता है. I think this helps them in their personal grooming and learning also. Apart from that, many other things. There are collaborative learning, peer learning, which is all done these days, because these days you have to be experiential. You just can't do a chalkboard writing or this thing. So we are also following the experiential learning.
These strategies are actually so amazing. Okay, so what are some of the struggles you faced while building this up and how you overcome them?
So the biggest fear, not the fear, but there was a biggest concern that, uh, uh, with education there is always like taboo that, it has to be someone from an education background who wear glasses, who wear saris, they look good, they look big. But I was young, so every time I stepped into opening up a school, giving good strategies, there was always that senior people, like the people who were little, overage. They used to always, always comment or always try to derogate that, maybe you are young, you don't know. But eventually it's not about young and knowing, it's old. It is about the right strategy to use, because all schools are different, every spaces are different. You can't have the same strategy in the other school, right? And everybody has their own USPs. So schools are so busy these days. Principal these days are so busy. They have to run the academic side, they have to run the operation side. Anybody needs someone like people like me who are on a managerial level, who are at a CEO level, who can overtake these schools, right? To understand what are the need of the principal, because maybe though principal is the best person to go and take all answers, but she also need that help, right? So here I come in the middle, who tries to give support to everybody. If I'm feeling that, maybe my staff is not happy with some decisions of the principal, here I go and negotiate. This all just helps in transformation. So yes, my major flaw and, the major hiccup where I fought was the youngness. But now when I have become, and when I'm so showing the results, now everybody has understood. And now I see such young faces in education, which I'm so happy. My both the principals are so young, they're around 40, 45, and I feel really proud of that. So I think this taboo of having youngness in education should be, minused out totally.
Absolutely, ma'am. Age is just a number,
Correct.
for sure. Okay, so lastly, what advice do you have for aspiring female leaders who are interested in pursuing a career in education or school administration?
When it comes to women, I always have this, because I'm in the education world where I've seen there are almost females, 90% females loaded in education, where I've seen because we have this, we are always jealous of each other. There is always this thing with ladies, but I always feel I have grown up appreciating and empowering my team and the female members of mine rather than feeling jealous. So I think if a woman empowers other women, then I think they can achieve anything. When a choreographer can become a CEO of a group of education, and I think anybody can do anything. So I think you have to give power to your people. There has to be trust. There has to be collaboration. I think these three things will really help any woman grow better than a lot of men as well.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. Women empowerment is not about being better than men. It's about empowering women to be the
Absolutely.
best version of themselves. Yes, absolutely. That's all from my side, ma'am. It was lovely to have you and answering such questions and listening to you. It's so inspiring. Thank you for coming up for this podcast, and we are actually thrilled to hear your experiences. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kashvi, and thank you so much, Mr. Rahul Suri, for giving this, platform. And I'm glad that even if one or two sentences, if somebody could pick up and they get inspired, I will be really happy. Thank you so much.